I had occasion the other day to visit with an associate of mine, and he was telling me a story about a large office he used to work in, where one of the bathroom stalls, the large one, the excuse me, the handicap stall, had a block and wasn't functioning well, didn't flush properly, and sorry to use bathroom analogies here. And so they put a little sign on it saying, don't use, not functioning. What he didn't realize, the culture in the office was there was no place to work quietly except for that stall. People would take their laptops in there and get some work done because there was no interruptions, and that was a heavily used stall for that purpose. And then the janitors and the maintenance staff were like, can you guys please stop using this stall? We haven't got around to fix it yet, but you keep blocking it, you keep using it. They keep putting up signage and yellow police tape across it to try and here's the point, try and change the habit. And they were spectacularly unsuccessful. In the end, brand new intern, young guy, came in, overheard it, says, I can fix that. Went in there, came out. A few days later, the janitors were able to fix it because it hadn't been being blocked. They were able to figure out what it was. And then my friend went to this young kid and said, well, what did you do? He said, well, I just went in, locked it from the inside, and then crawled out under the wall to get out. And so the moral of the story was we all have these habits, we all have these routines. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a fresh approach in order to break some of those suboptimal habits or routines. In fact, sometimes, and I had this experience just recently where I was working with someone and they really, the visceral reaction was this person's attitude isn't right. They're never going to be successful if they're thinking that way. Now, I could try and work on their attitude, and I did, failed spectacularly. But the secret is to change the landscape around them. Change the habit, change the routine, change what's being done such that the habit or the perception or the mindset can change thereafter. Don't try and change the attitude in the hope that the outcome or the habits or the actions will change. Change the habits, change the actions, change the routine, and the attitude will change. You can't change someone's attitude. You can't help them change their routines and their habits. You can, in their behalf, lock the stall door from the inside and then crawl out. I recommend crawling out over the top rather than crawling out underneath. One's a little bit more pleasant probably than the other. But don't look to change someone's attitude or mindset. You can't do that. You haven't got the expertise. I certainly don't. What I can do is build an environment around them that helps them change their routine and their habits, to use another stall, if you will, such that thereafter, from the results that flow, their attitude begins to shift as an internal adjustment. I can help with that. I can help with changing what people do as opposed to how they think, knowing that as they change what they do, the results will change and therefore the attitude will change. So when necessary, lock that stall door from the inside so that the things that need to happen can take place, and you watch what happens as a positive spillover effect in terms of attitude.